Guys, you know what time it is. It's pump it up time. All right, bitches. I never thought I'd make this video again because I've made this video before, but I keep seeing stuff in the gym and I'm like, somebody needs to make a fucking video about douchebags in the gym. Gym etiquette, right? 101. I made a video before. I don't know how many, I must have mislabeled it or something because things in the gym I see that I'm like, just watch a video on etiquette, right? So several things have torqued me out. But just so you know, since I'm making this video, it doesn't mean if you're guilty of one that you're a douchebag, right? If you're constantly guilty and you need to be aware that the gym is a shared space and everybody pays the same price to work out as you. So be polite, follow these rules, and no one will think you're a douchebag behind your back. Now, maybe you want to be a douchebag. I don't know. I personally don't like douchebags. So I'm making this video to help people not be a douchebag, right? And I've got a fucking list. And the reason I've got a list is because I think the last time I made this video, like 6 years ago, I probably didn't have a list and there was things I forgot. But number one, using a locker without a lock. Guys, you can buy a pack of 3 locks for fucking $10. I buy packs of 3 and give 2 to my sons. Constantly, I walk up to lockers, open them up, and they're full of shit. Then I go to the next one, and it's full of shit. I've been in the locker room where a guy came back and goes, okay, oh man, did anyone see this jersey or whatever? And I'm like, no, what'd you leave it out? And they're like, no, I put it in a locker. I'm like, well, look for your lock. And the guy's like, I didn't put a lock on it. And my wallet's in there. And my keys. And I'm like, are you dumb? Put a fucking lock on your locker. You can buy them at the front desk, you know, if it's like, seriously, put a fucking lock on your locker. Don't fucking leave your wallet in your fucking, like, I almost want people to take the shit and throw it in the garbage. But I would never do it because I'm not that guy, right? So, first and foremost, get a fucking lock. If you're working out constantly, have your bag in the back with a lock. Have a lock in your truck. Have a lock in your car. Just something, right? I've even seen guys with dress suits inside the lockers. How can you have a dress suit and gym clothes and you don't have a lock? Who does this shit? Constantly. I see people do that. So number one, get a lock. Just get a fucking lock. That's number one. All right. Number two is taking up all the locker space. There are small lockers, right? There's not a lot of room. You see a guy walking up. He's got his key in his hand because he has a lock. And you've got your shit over 8 lockers and you won't move. You're a douchebag. Get your stuff. Be courteous. This is all about courteousness, okay? Pick your stuff up and say, oh, hey, sorry, get in there. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to not be a douchebag. Well, there's a lot more to it than that, but let's, all right, Planet Fitness. Number one thing I've noticed in certain neighborhoods in Planet Fitness, people don't fucking flush a toilet. Where the fuck were you people raised that you don't flush the fucking toilet? And if you flush it and it didn't go down, go back and check before you fucking leave. Don't leave fucking Mr. Hanky for everybody to fucking see it. Some of us, there's 2 urinals, four toilets. So some of us, just to take a piss, have to go in there and look at your shit. Be courteous. Flush the goddamn toilet. Okay? All right. That's number 3. It gets better. Those are pretty bad ones, but it gets better. All right. So cleaning the machine. Okay? It's great that a lot of people clean the machines. You know what's not great? When they leave them fucking soaked. That shit does not dry up over time. When you take something and you sloth it like a fucking car wash and you leave it like that, somebody sits on that, they've got wet shorts. So now you've got to carry a dry towel because somebody didn't dry it. They fucking sloshed that shit and left it there thinking that the cleaning was alcohol based or something. It's not. Just so you know, it does not dry up. So don't oversaturate the machines. Just wipe them down. Be polite. Be courteous. Be on your way. Number 4. Yeah, this is number 4, right? I may lose track. There's a couple in here, but leaving the weights on bench presses and Smith machines and walking away and going up to other things. I was in a gym and there's all the Smiths are taken and this one has a whole bunch of weights on it. So I'm thinking somebody's training here. And there was an elderly black man beside it. And I said to him, I'm like, did you see? And he nods and he goes, that guy, young black guy, he's over in a different section working out. I'm like, are you serious right now? And he goes, yes. And I go, I guess he should watch a video on gym etiquette. And he goes, I think you should watch a video just on etiquette. He goes, these young kids. And it's true. Why would you do that? You have enough energy to keep working out. Take your goddamn weights and put them back on the fucking rack. That's all. All right. Next up. I think we're getting into 5 or 6. Using more than one machine at once. We all pay the same price. Sometimes it's very busy. People wait for machines. The other day, me and my son are working out. All the cable machines in the cable machine area are taken, like tricep pull downs. You know which ones, right? Some people use them for the chest, right? And that's fine. Listen, I understand you want to use them for the chest, right? To do your cable crossovers or whatever. Just be courteous, right? Wait your turn. Wait till there's 2 open. That's the exception to the rule, is that you're going to do cable crossovers, so you got to use 2 pulley machines. But be courteous about it. When it's fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon during the week, the gym is fucking busy as fuck. So you pick then to do your cable crossovers. You're kind of a douchebag. Because one, you could use a Smith machine. You could use a bench and dumbbells, right? And there's people waiting for those machines. Now, that is not the person I'm talking about, though, believe it or not. And that is not a big pet peeve with me. The big pet peeve is somebody who's curling on one cable set and he's doing tricep pull downs on another one. And I look and there's an opening and I say to my son, I'm like, hey, go grab that. He walks up and the guy goes, oh, I'm on that. And he comes back and he goes, that guy over there, he wasn't a big guy. He wasn't in great shape. Not that that matters, but you usually think that it's going to be a big gym bully. No. People are ignorant no matter what size they are. Okay? I go, he's not on that machine. He's doing that one. So I walk over and I go, excuse me, are you on this machine or that one? He goes, I'm on both. And I was like, oh, you're on both. So we don't get to work out. Okay, good day. And I walked away. But what a fucking douchebag. And then people actually they go, oh my God, I can't believe that guy. And it's like, yeah, because that's a douchebag. A guy that takes up two machines when it's busy, and he could just have two different things and move the machine around and do both exercises. But no, his physical fitness, which obviously he never took seriously before, is more important than everybody else's in the gym. Mine, my son's, everybody else's. We've all got to wait for this guy because he's using two machines and not getting very good results, but he's more important than us. Douchebag alert. That's a big one with me if you're using two machines. Yep. All right, so here comes the next one. It's busy. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you're not drinking. You're at the gym. And you go to pick up 30s, and there's no 30s. And you're like, okay, well, I'll grab 25s. There's no fucking 25s. And you're like, okay, so I'll hit the 35s. There's no 35s. And you look over, and this guy's got 4 sets of fucking dumbbells on a fucking bench by himself. He just took the whole fucking rack because he needs it. He's more important than everybody else at the gym, apparently. So you don't get to work out. Please, don't be inconsiderate. Don't be a douchebag. That is a total douchebag. Never take more than 1 set. Now, if you've got 2 people, you can take 2 sets, right? But work out to failure. Oh, you're doing drop sets? This guy wasn't even doing drop sets. In fact, he was texting on the phone most of the time. Douchebag from hell. All right, so don't do that. Don't grab 4 sets of weights. At the most, grab 2 if you want to do a drop set. But really, drop sets are better done on machines or at serious situations where you have a spotter and you're really pushing it, right? But when you're by yourself and you have 4 sets of dumbbells and you're texting, you're a fucking douchebag. Get the fuck out. You should have, like, the reason that Planet Fitness is not going to come up and tell you, do you see who they hire? Little blue-haired people that don't have genders. They're not going to tell you shit, right? So I'm telling you, because everybody thinks you're a douchebag, right? All right, so let's move on. Chatting on the cell phone. I kind of just covered that. But chatting on the cell phone and everybody has to hear your conversation, there is signs that say cell phone use in the lobby. Do not use your cell phone, right? Now, somebody calls, that's fine. You say, hey, hold up, walk to the back. Or talk really quick, say, hey, I'm in the middle of a workout, I'll call you back. Not a problem. But you're walking around the gym and everybody has to hear what you're having for dinner or what so-and-so did, the neighbor. Nobody gives 2 fucks. Nobody wants to hear that. So please be courteous to other people. Along with that comes texting, right? You're sitting on a leg machine. People say people don't work out legs. I say you can't get a fucking legs machine because people use them as rest areas to text. Why? It's legs day for me. I look forward to legs day. I do my squats. I need to do some leg presses. There's only 1 leg press machine, but there's 2 of the cable leg press machines, the slide presses, right? So I'm like, all right, so the leg press machine's taken. I did my squats. I guess we'll head back to the machines for a bit to keep ourselves warm. And there's this cute little girl just sitting on the fucking machine, texting away. And I'm not a stalker. So I'm not gonna sit there and go, "Hey, are you done? Can you move it along, little lady?" Nope. I just sit there and wait. Me and my son are back for far enough where we don't feel like we're imposing. And she just sits there texting. 10 minutes goes by. She's still texting. Hasn't done one set. I'm like, all right. The other slide machine comes open. I'm like, cool. We got a slide machine. Let's go do some fucking quick sets and then do some extensions, right? So we do. And the girl finally, about half an hour later, is off the machine. And I go, I got to see something. I want to see what kind of weight she was doing. So I walk over to the machine and it was on the first weight. The first weight. Now, everybody's got a different fitness level, but she didn't do jack shit the whole time she was there but text. She was a douchebag, right? She's telling her friends she's at the gym working out, and she's not. She's not working out. She's there to look good as a bunny in leotards or whatever bodysuits are called nowadays and text on the phone. That is a crime. It is a crime that has taken over our generation. Too many fitness chicks without any fitness. They're just chicks. All right. Go ahead and hate on me. I tell it like it is. I spit facts, motherfuckers. All right. So that's working out in front of the mirror, right? Everybody's been guilty of this before. Like I said, if you've noticed that you've done it once, that doesn't make you a douchebag. If you do it intentionally and you're not being considerate to other people, I saw that tonight. And it didn't involve me, but I was bothered by it still. Because what happened was the guy grabbed the 40 barbell, easy curl, went in front of the mirror, blocking the rack for all the barbells and the dumbbells, and did sets right there. Guy comes back with an 80, little bit heavier than his 40, and he's got to hold it. And I'm thinking, there's no way this guy's going to pretend he doesn't see that guy behind him trying to put his weight back. And the guy behind him is polite and is waiting. But the guy just sits there doing like 25 reps and won't stop until he's done. He's a douchebag. He is a douchebag. Now, if you ever are in front of the weights and you notice somebody coming up, don't pretend you don't notice. Who is that fucking oblivious to what's going on around them? You got to have your head on a swivel nowadays. You don't know? You know damn well somebody's behind you waiting to get their weights put back. Be courteous. Let them step aside, fuck nut. Step aside, fuck nut, and let the guy put his weights back. Come on. This really has to be fucking laid out. But I see it every day, so it does. I see it every day. I don't just see it at one gym, I see it at several. It's different things at different gyms. Different times I notice it more than others. Here's one I haven't seen lately, but I used to see at a certain gym all the time. The guy who thinks he's everybody's trainer. You know, he has a beer gut, no muscles, but he's going and telling everybody how to work out. That guy's a douchebag. Maybe even a predator. Don't do that. There's two things that are wrong with this. One, the guy would go up to a lot of young girls and try to talk to them, tell them how to train. And I could hear him bragging about how he used to be something, right? I'm not sure if he ever was something. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. I'm pretty sure he's a predator. he should be removed from the gym. It's annoying. Girls don't need that. But oh, don't worry. He'd tell guys that were in much better shape than him how to train too. Once in a while. I mean, if there's no girls in the gym, guys would do too. Do not tell people how to train. You don't fucking know what they're doing or what their fitness goals are. You don't know what they're capable of, and you don't know how long they've been training that day. You don't even know if they're on two-a-days. That might be the second time they're at the gym. Don't go up to people and tell them how to fucking train. Even if they're doing it wrong, you're not getting paid to give advice. I never give advice at the gym unless some of my buddies come up to me and go, "Hey, dude, what would you do for this?" Or, "Hey, did you see there was this guy at a gym and he's like, "Hey, is this hitting my shoulders or my chest more?" He was doing the kind of like a shoulder press, but it was leaned back a hair. And I was like, "Oh, it's hard to tell, bro. It looks like you're hitting both." And he goes, "That's what it feels like." That's fine. He asked for advice. If someone asks you for advice, that's fine. Go ahead, talk. Probably wants to make a friend, a gym buddy. That's cool. If nobody asks you for advice, just stay the fuck out of their way. Let them train. They don't need you. Especially if you're an older guy, please don't embarrass yourself, look like a fucking predator. That is just gross. You get what I'm saying, right? Like it needed to be said, but apparently it does sometimes. All right. Slamming the weights never bothered me. Slamming the weights in certain gyms, if you're doing heavy weight, like dropping them, not slamming them. There is a difference. Dropping heavy weights doesn't bother me. Depends on the gym. Slamming weights, especially if they're not heavy and you're not big, that bothers me. Now, dropping weights, if they're heavy and you're small, doesn't bother me because you fucking gave it everything. But dropping weights because you're a dildo, that bothers me, right? Really bothers me because there's no show control. I use heavier weights than most of the guys that I train around, and you'll never hear me doing that. Why? Because I'm considerate of other people in the gym. And if you're not, you're trying to get attention. You probably need to be somewhere else other than the gym because if you're not big, you're not going to get attention at the gym, or if you're not ripped. Because people will just go through their daily routine and work out and do their own thing and not notice you. Because that's the way life is. And if you don't like it, cupcake, get to stepping and buy a helmet. Because life's not going to be friendly to you. All right. Don't hover over people. It's so weird. Jim was busy. Leg extension machine, which isn't even my favorite leg exercise. It's kind of like an ending thing, right? I get on the leg machine. There's two other leg machines. People were on there before me for longer. This guy with a clipboard comes up to me and he goes, "How many more sets you got?" And I was like, "Did you not just see me just walk up? And I have the biggest legs out of all three of these extension machines. It's not going to be soon." The guy sits there with his clipboard like that. And he's a little guy. And I'm like, "Dude, you're creepy as fuck. Could you please give me some space?" Don't do that to people. It's inconsiderate. You'll be labeled as a weird predator or something. Maybe you are. I don't know what his deal was. Maybe because I was the biggest guy there, I get weirdos sometimes that I attract, apparently. If you have a clipboard and you're walking around the gym, I'm probably looking at you going, what? What's your deal, dude? You can't figure out how to work out. You've got to list everything. Push yourself. Do your own thing. But, anyways, if you do have a clipboard, that's fine. You know, if you write stuff down, I like to write stuff down. I just don't bring it in. I remember it in my head while I'm at the gym. And then I get out to the car and I realize I forgot 4 things. So, yeah, clipboard could be okay. But yeah, that's my video on douchebaggery, gym etiquette 101. Just be polite. Don't be a douchebag. But get out there and do something. Today was Traps Day for me. I enjoyed it thoroughly. There was only one douchebag, maybe two. All right, guys.